Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 'Cause I Said So, episode lucky number 13.
Woo! Hello, Alex.
Hey, Mom, how's it going?
Good.
You are back
I'm back.
in New York.
Mm-hmm.
How were your 2 weeks off?
It took me 1 week to rest and get my bearings back, and then the second week was great.
So Kim, my mom, has had the last 2 weeks off of being in New York. She was home. And then,
But I was still working.
Of course you were.
Okay.
No one's doubting your skill and dedication to the game, Mom.
Thanks.
But you were home, and last week we had Graham on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But we Zoomed the week before that. So now you're back. I texted you while you were home, and I said, Mom, guess what? You're going to have to come to New York for 2 months straight. Because what was happening was you would come out here, and then you would go back to Oklahoma. So my mom has a place out here in New York now, but she still commutes between Oklahoma, which is where we're from, and New York. And she was doing 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Turns out it takes about 2 weeks to get in the step of things.
To get momentum.
And then, she would leave.
And then we'd be struggling at both ends.
So it was like we were constantly trying to play catch up, and then we were like, here's a novel idea. Mom, you come out here for 2 months.
Well, that was your novel idea, but we'll see how it works.
It might be novel. It might be the worst thing we've ever done.
Yeah, we'll see.
I did miss you while you were gone.
Well, I missed you when I was gone.
But
also it took about 2 seconds for you to kind of get frustrated with me.
Well, I walk in and you're like, I can't post this Instagram story to my Instagram story. And I'm like, ah. You're like, well, it's not okay. Great. Welcome back, Mom.
I'm telling you, I know that you don't believe me, but my phone has stuff on there that yours doesn't.
I know that that's definitely not true.
It's true. Does yours give you the friend option every single time?
Close friends. Yes. You are not the only person in the United States whose iPhone does a certain thing. So
why does it do it only part-time?
It just doesn't do it only part-time. So Kim's new thing is she thinks that her Instagram account just gives her the options to post to close friends on occasion.
It does. Only on occasion.
Doesn't.
I'm going to take a screenshot of it from here on out when it does it.
You'll be screenshotting every time you post a story.
No, but I'm going to screenshot it when it doesn't give me that option.
Okay, so Kim, hold on. Pause. Everybody pause, by the way. Could you subscribe, and send this podcast to a friend? I forgot that's important to say.
It is.
Okay, back to it. So Also what?
I think we have something new. I didn't get to be here for the first time.
Yes, Mom, you're right. 'Cause I Said So is presented by Mamitas Hard Seltzer Tequila.
Which is very good.
You did a cocktail of the week with it last week. What's your report?
They're awesome.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I will drink those all the time. I don't like any of the other ones that are pre-mixed, and they can't even tell you what the liquor is that's in them.
Yeah.
This one I like because, first of all, I like tequila, and second of all, it's in there. It's actually in there.
My favorite part, though, I didn't know this until I was trying all the flavors. 95 calories, less than 1 gram of sugar, and it's gluten-free.
Yeah, they're really good.
The lime flavor,
they're not
obsessed.
sweet at all, and they're not I thought the lime would be my least favorite, but it doesn't have that really limey flavor. Like, they're really smooth and good.
You found there's the store locator, which there was some in Oklahoma. There's a ton up here in New York, so we always post the store locator. You can also get them at drinkmamitas.com, or you can order them on Gopuff.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
Nope.
So what's your favorite flavor? Mine's lime. My current one's lime. Last week it was Paloma. I'm switching.
I like them all too, but I really, the first one I tried was the is it pineapple one? Mm-hmm. I liked it a lot.
Love.
Yeah.
So we've got.
But it wasn't really strong. At first I was like, this is just going to be kind of sweet. That's why I want to start with that one. It was great.
They're not sweet at all.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not.
They're not tangy or tart either. They're just really good.
Yeah. And we're not just saying that.
No, seriously.
I was actually kind of upset I liked it so much because I'm like, uh-oh.
I know.
Me and margaritas. Here we go. Good job remembering that.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I was going to say was you were at home in Oklahoma. I'm up here in New York, and you were really trying hard on your Instagram stories. I could tell. And I clicked on it, and I'm like, uh-oh, all these are going to close friends. So I started DMing you, and I'm like, close friends, close friends, close friends. But you live 24 hours behind cyber time. So if I DM you, it takes you a really long time to see it.
I don't read my DMs every 5 seconds because, first of all, you say don't read them, and then you're like, no, you got to answer all your DMs. So then I'm like, what the hell? So I don't try to get on there all the time.
No, it's good. You do live about 24 hours behind, which is cute. I think it's great.
Okay.
Are you saying it's not true?
No, I'm like offended.
Oh, don't be offended. No,
Okay.
no, it's good. So then I call you and I'm like, Mom, you're posting all these to your close friends. And you're like, I don't even have a close friends. Okay, so about 5 hours later, I go to a bar to watch the football games. And this random girl comes up to me and she's like, oh, you're not going to believe this. I'm on your mom's close friends list. Turns out you just selected the first 10 people, all the A names. So I was on it because I'm Alex.
Oh.
You said one of your friends' name was Anne.
Yeah.
This girl's name was like something like it was a unique name, but it was an AL name.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're posting them all to your close friends.
All my close friends that start with an A.
All 10 of your close friends. Okay, so now...
Wait. So if it's your close friends, you can only have 10?
No, you can have as many as you want. You just picked 10.
Oh, well, that's odd. Okay. I didn't pick them. It just happened somehow. Like my phone was in my purse and it went through that whole scenario.
That's not what happened, but yes, that's
Yeah,
that's
I did
adorable.
not sit there and pick these people.
Okay.
Okay.
A ghost did it.
I did it. I picked all the people on there because I really liked them and I wanted them to have those posts.
You don't have a clue.
I don't.
You don't know what you did. All right, what are you going to miss most about Oklahoma while you're up here for 2 months straight?
My husband and my dogs.
You are...
But actually so my dogs I will not see the whole time, but my husband will come back and forth.
He's going to come up here every so often. Now listen to this. You are in a modern day yet not modern long distance relationship. Have you thought about that? You're doing long distance.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't like long distance?
No.
Do you and Dad FaceTime? Do you guys do phone calls? What's that like?
No, we have phone calls every day.
Do you FaceTime?
Sometimes.
Do you text?
Yeah, I text a lot.
You text him every day when you wake up? Do you call him and say good morning?
No, but usually text.
You text and say I'm up.
Yeah.
And
No,
then-
I don't text and say I'm up. No.
So-
But there's usually some reason that we're talking.
So what do you do?
I just get up. What do you mean?
When do you talk to him?
Oh, just at different times. Depends on what it is.
Okay.
Usually there's something going on at home and he's like, what about this or what about that? That usually is it. Or I'll say, oh, here, I send a text about here. I mean, we still have stuff we have to talk about all the time.
Wow, that was like 30 seconds of nothing.
I know. Well, in my head, it was a whole lot because it was like I was thinking specifically what they were, but I was afraid to say them out loud.
Well, but why? Why are you afraid to say them out loud? What kind of podcast is this going to be if Kim's
Well, I mean,
afraid?
it'd be like things that went on at home, or
You
things
can't
in my
operate out
checking
of fear.
account, or what this was, or what that is, or who's coming there. Don't forget the housekeeper's coming. Leave the front door unlocked. That kind of stuff.
Leave the front door unlocked. That's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah. So on that day, the front door's unlocked.
What days does the housekeeper come that he leaves the front door unlocked?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. All right. So long distance is going to be interesting for you. I think it'll be fun. I've also done long distance. So if you need me, let me know.
Are you going to give me some advice?
No, I don't have any advice. Just have fun. I think it's fine. Like, you and Dad have spent so much time together. This is fun that you guys are doing. Let me tell you what. Joe's my dad. He's hitting the golf course.
He's there today because it's going to get cold tomorrow.
My dad's philosophy on the golf course is if it's a good day, I have to golf.
Yeah, that's a good philosophy.
There's a lot of good days in Oklahoma. It's not Seattle.
Well, there's a lot of not good days, it seems like.
Yeah, but he likes to hit up the golf course. So
He said the dogs are going crazy.
Speaking of I'm just gonna I don't even know what to respond back to. The dogs are going crazy.
A lot of energy there.
As exciting as that, as riveting as that sentence was, forgive me for glazing right over it. Moving on. 2, last week, your son-in-law, my husband, was on the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Did you listen to it?
No.
You didn't listen to the podcast?
Yes, I
was
did.
like, oh my God.
Yes, I did.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna jump out of the chair.
Yes, he did great.
He was awesome.
I was kind of worried he was taking my spot.
No, Mom, you're irreplaceable.
Oh, okay, thank
But
you.
I hate Zooming. Everyone hates Zooming. So it was nice to have him because he was in New York. I thought he did a great job.
He did a great job, and I think it's good everyone got to meet him.
Yes, it was lovely that everyone got to meet him. The office exploded on the day that he was here,
So he got to see it in action.
He came up here at noon. And he was here until midnight with me.
Oh, my gosh.
We ate dinner in the podcast room. He was great. We'll talk about what exploded later, but it was so fitting that on the explosion day, my husband was up here. And afterwards, we were walking home, and he said, I'm so glad I was there because you couldn't have possibly, texted me what was happened or told me. You had to be here in real time.
Yeah.
So that was great. Now,
That was probably a God thing for you.
no, I was like...
Having your support there. Yeah.
Well, when he walked in, Pat, who works here, put up a photo of him and was like, Alex needed to call in her support. And we were like, oh, no, we just have the pod room in an hour. It's all good. So, Mom, here's my question to you.
Okay.
How is it having Graham as a son-in-law?
It's great having Graham as a son-in-law because when I got here on this trip, he had food in my refrigerator. He had my water thing filled up. He had taken care of everything while I was gone, done all my mail, done all that kind, and just everything was great. So when I hit the door, it was good. He always does really sweet things like that. Like he'll take care of you like that. But then he also explains things to me really well, and then he always has something interesting to share with me.
Yes.
Like gets me going like that.
Those are 3 really good points.
And sometimes he takes up for me with you.
A lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then sometimes he just tells me. He's just now getting to where he can tell me like more.
You want me to leave and you keep talking about it?
Yeah.
So, okay, great, phenomenal points. 1, he is a caretaker in all aspects. Like he truly takes pride. Before you came, so he knew you landed Monday at noon. He went over there at 9, vacuumed your apartment, like stocked the refrigerator. He's a caretaker.
Yeah.
He absolutely, I don't remember the second thing, but I know the third thing you said was he stands up for you. If I'm ever like, my mom X, he's like, no, you X, not your mom. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, he's never, you, Dad, everyone in my life, Graham, nobody ever jumps to my side. If I ever tell them a story and I just want to vent for a second, they're like, we are not venting here. Let me tell you what you did wrong. Yeah. So it's nice, but he talked about last week how he loves having you as a mother-in-law.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so it's a nice fit.
Yeah, I listened to that. It was good.
Okay, how did you know Graham was the one for me?
Well, I could just tell by the way that you guys interacted. Besides the fact he's very handsome, and I'm sure that played into it a little bit.
Yeah, I thought he was cute.
Yeah, you guys interacted really well. You just kind of feed off each other. He kind of let you be how you are when you're around everybody and going and blowing, and he never held you back. And then the same thing, you respected all the things that he wanted to do. You guys play well off each other. And then you kind of have that chemistry thing.
Teammates. Chemistry thing, that's good.
But also, so I was listening to this podcast thing, and there's something about having the same personality thing, traits or whatever, is good for friendship and things like that. But having opposite ones is what makes the fire of attraction kind of go.
So
I thought that was really interesting.
That makes total sense. A lot of people were messaging me saying, he's an introvert, I'm an extrovert. And they were like, me and my husband or me and my wife are the same way. And like, that's so big because whenever he's taught me to stay in a lot and watch movies, and I've started to really see how that benefits me. But also I'm the one that pulls us out, and I'm like, we've got to go be social, and we'll leave those times. And he's like, thank you. Like, I needed that.
Yeah.
And so it's very much so. We don't all want to go to dinner Monday through Friday.
No.
Because that's not how, it doesn't work that way.
That'd be exhausting.
I'm reading a book on that right now. And it's a biological thing that you're like attracted to people that have like the yin to your yang.
Oh, that's okay. So that's what they were talking about on there. They had the yin,
Yeah, because it's a biological thing when you're
it's mating. Like pheromones.
Yeah, your pheromones are different, and I don't know if that plays, like whether you want to go out to eat, but you're trying for your kids to make the most defenses of immunity. So if you are immune to like XYZ and he's immune to like ABC, then when you have kids, they'll be immune to ABC, XYZ. And so it's like a biological thing. But I'm reading a book all about like your testosterone and estrogen and how it relates to like finding your partner in life.
That was another part of it where they were talking about the testosterone. Like so even if it's like a same-sex marriage, or a same-sex relationship, if it's 2 women, say one of them's going to have more testosterone than the other.
Yeah, it's like the biological. It's like genuinely like 2 puzzle pieces coming together.
So like you're half a circle and you're constantly looking for the other half.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to do the same half.
And like if you think, it said if you think you're in love with someone, smell their armpits, and if their armpits smell good to you, then you're in love with them.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Because like their pheromones will be attractive to you.
Oh, wow.
So go home and smell Graham's armpits and see what they smell like.
Sometimes he'll come up to me and be like, smell my armpit. And I'm like, I don't ever smell it. But it's funny because he does do that. And he's so tall that my nose goes right up to his armpit.
I'm going to do that to you.
Ew.
So like the Saturday Night Live character.
Yeah.
No,
I don't. You guys remember that?
No, that's a movie. I don't know.
No, that's SNL. She's right.
She started on SNL.
Oh, yeah. If you're listening, Kim's putting her hands under her armpits and then smelling them. Yum. Okay, well so a lot of people related to that, but I guess that's there it is. You're half of a circle, and then they're the other half.
You got to be
the yin to your yang.
You got to be the Mary Catherine Gallagher. That's who it is.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so the other thing that you missed while you were gone, I mean, I can hardly talk about it. It's my 1-week anniversary. Is today Tuesday?
Yeah.
What a week. So a couple weeks ago, there's a girl here named Jordan Woodruff who hosts a show called Blocked. She puts people on there that have been blocked by anybody. So she comes up to me and she's like, have you ever been blocked by somebody on Instagram or Twitter? And I'm like, I have, on Instagram. I lived in a girls' building her name's Danielle Bernstein, and she runs an account called We Wore What. This is a long time ago, and I didn't know who Danielle was, but my friends would see us both in the same, I was like living in New York for a couple weeks, and people would see us in the same areas. So my friends would message me, and they'd be like, do you see this girl? Like, it looks like you're right by her. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, I do see her. We lived in the same building. So they would say she's under fire for Photoshop. At the time, she was completely under fire for Photoshop. So they would send me her account, and then I would see the outfits out and about, and I would comment to them, like, the girl's name was Goldie, actually, who asked me. So I would comment at Goldie Singer, this one's Photoshopped, or yep, saw this today, she did Photoshop.
Yeah.
I commented it twice, boom, blocked. So she's
because it's an auto block.
Right, correct. Yeah. So Instagram, she just has it on there, block anybody that says Photoshop. Not a big deal. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm off there. So I tell this story on the Blocked segment. Go home that night. Dave texts me and he says, I'm friends with Danielle Bernstein. And I'm like laughing because I was like, he just doesn't care about this video that has 2,000 views about some chick that blocked me. I was like, he's joking. So he's like texting me about it. And then I'm like, wait, are you serious? Like, do I need to take the video down? And he's like, yeah. And so I call him and I'm like, I thought you were joking. And he's like, no, it's a sticky situation. I know where I see her sometimes in the Hamptons. And I'm like, well, it's Barstool. So I'm pretty sure that my Photoshopping comment is nothing in the scheme of the things people blog about here.
And it's a fact.
Well, yeah. And I was like, she does Photoshop. And he's like, no, you're a mean girl. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, that's not mean. Like, maybe it's not the nicest thing in the world, but it doesn't need to be called a mean girl.
Well, it's not like you were saying at Danielle, you're Photoshopping.
I wasn't calling her fat. I wasn't calling her
and
ugly.
I also want to know who started that Photoshopping means fat, because that's not true either.
Right.
Yeah, that's a mean statement.
To me, I was just like, oh, I don't know. So he gives me two options on the phone. Because I'm like, I'm not a mean girl. I'm like, it's not a big deal. We're not going to take down the video because you kind of know the girl. Like, you're a well-connected guy. You probably know a lot of people at this point, and people are saying stuff here left and right that's got to be an issue. And he's like, no, like, why are you going into her comments? And I'm like, I'm not trolling her in the comments. I'm just saying, I said it twice, like, oh, this one's Photoshopped, and tagging my friend. And he's like, okay, you got two options. One, video stays up, but you put out another video saying I asked you to take it down. Option two is you just take down the video. I called Jordan. I'm like, this is what we got to do. Let's just take it down. Take down the video on Thursday. Not a peep was had. I didn't think I even told anybody at the office. Just removed it Thursday. That's it.
Jordan removed it.
Monday rolls around. I get a text from Dave's producer, Kareem, and he's like, hey, can you do the Dave Portnoy show tomorrow? And I'm thinking, yeah, of course I can. Obviously, it's not going to be about Danielle blocking me, because why would we take down a video that had 2,000 views and put it on a significantly larger platform? And he's friends with the girl. So that's definitely not why I'm going on. I had taken a photo with Kevin Durant like 3 days before this, and I'm thinking, that's why I'm going on. He's put me on the Dave Portnoy show before he asked me about Kevin on the show, to which I replied, we love Kevin because he put us on the map.
Yes.
I know you don't agree.
No.
Anyway,
Well, I mean, I do think he did put us on the map.
I get on the show, and Dave's like, do you know why you're here? And I'm like, no. And he's like, because you're a mean girl. And I'm like, okay, so we're doing it. We're going to put it on a larger platform. All right. So he calls me a mean. I mean, we probably just went back and forth they clipped it down to, I think, 20 minutes, but I was probably in there, I don't know how long. Office erupts, like, all this mean girl stuff happens, but then the rest of the week on Twitter, he's calling me the resident mean girl.
And some other things.
Calling me a lot of names.
Yeah. Name calling. He's calling you a lot of names.
Scumbag.
Yeah.
People are, every podcast here came out with something about, not everyone, but most podcasts here came out with something about it. And it was just a whirlwind of a week.
Yeah, I bet that was upsetting to hear all that, though. I mean, you can be accused of something and it not be true. That's just disturbing when then someone attacks your person or your morals,
Your character.
and
Calling
then
you
also when they call you a name that everyone's listening to, 4 million people that follow them or whatever, you're like, that's nice.
It was twofold because on one token, I knew what I was doing was right, standing up for myself.
Yeah.
Do I think commenting Photoshop was the nicest thing I've ever done? Absolutely not.
No, but you didn't mean that. That was not intentional, and you were not even tagging her. You were tagging your friend. So it's like having a conversation on someone else's post or Instagram who gets, how many followers did she have then? I don't know. A bunch.
I don't know how many she had, but I wasn't calling her ugly.
No, and you weren't calling her fat. You weren't calling her anything.
None of that. And I do believe here, like one of the reasons I wanted to work at Barstool and one of the reasons I love being here is that they just like throw the rule book out the window and
Freedom of creativity.
This was before I even worked at Barstool. So I'm just like, okay, it doesn't have anything to do with that anymore, though.
No.
Like it transpired now to
Mean Girl.
The context of the video, putting it back on a larger platform, and then we get onto Twitter and it's like Mean Girl, all this stuff, and it was just a whirlwind of a week.
Yeah, but it was a lot of ups and downs. Like 1 minute you're like, this is serious, and I'm not sure how serious he is. And the next minute you're like, no, he's not that serious. And then
yeah, I'm like, it's part of content.
he's playing a game. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm like, he is serious. He thinks I'm a mean girl, but I am dead serious that I think it's a double standard and that you shouldn't be taking down the video.
And you're not a mean girl.
I'm proud of the way I handled myself last week. That doesn't mean it wasn't hard.
I knew you could handle it last week because you went through this in college with some mean girls. So that kind of prepared you for this week, I think. Then you're kind of like, yeah, people can call me names, but everyone that knows me and my real character will show, my real values will show over time.
Not even over time. I wasn't worried about it at all. I was proud of how I handled it and how it was handled.
Yeah.
Today I sit here and I'm so thankful for it because now I've got the Mean Girl pod. I feel like I went through my freshman year of Barstool a little
But it was somebody kind of helping you a little bit through this? Because that was a lot to finagle.
A lot of the guys here, everybody here was really nice and helpful, and some of the guys that have been here a long time were like, they were helping me and they were like, listen, if he doesn't make the video, it means he doesn't care. Like he makes the Twitter video calling Jordan and I a mean girl, tags us, like, you know, then it dies, and then 12 hours later we're back on it again. Like, but when you're in it, you just feel like you're in a tornado spinning around.
Yeah.
But it's why you want to work here. Like, that is one of the reasons I love Barstool is they truly take stuff like that.
Did you just say Barstools?
Barstool.
Oh, okay.
They make it content.
Uh-huh.
So it's funny now.
But a lot of people couldn't have handled that. I don't think I could have. I would have just been a basket case.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, something about it is fine for me to handle stuff like that.
No, you were very strong.
I sit here today and I'm so thankful for it, but I don't want to discount that last week there were times, I never cried or anything. There were times though where like I felt like a missile could fall out of the sky and hit me and I wouldn't feel it.
Sort of out of body experience.
Yes.
A little surreal.
Yes, and my friends are like, I can't tell if we're joking, if we're not joking.
I know.
I'm like, it's half and half. Like the Dave Portnoy show's real. Some of the Twitter I mean, it's all really real. You're just like swirling around.
And I'm not sure if he really thinks that about me or not. I'll never know. Actually, it's none of your business.
It's not my business what he thinks about me.
That's right.
I'm all good with it.
Well, I'm glad you made it out alive.
Do you think what I did was mean?
No, absolutely not.
I know you didn't. And you're the first to tell me if you did.
Yeah, you're right. Now, there was some other drama. The Adderall.
Oh!
That was the other drama.
What was the other drama?
They said that you took Adderall and had a drink, and I was like, what the hell?
Okay, so
I looked at Joe. We both looked at each other like, okay, what in the world?
So we're going to have to link the Dave Portnoy show on the Cuz I Said So story. Fast forward to 1 hour and 20 minutes. You can see arguing over the Photoshop, and then some other stuff transpires where I end up having to admit, okay, I took Adderall and then went out for a lot of margaritas.
Yes, but since when are you taking Adderall and then going out for margaritas?
This was my favorite part about Tuesday was this whole thing transpires and you keep calling me at midnight and I call you back and I'm like, yes. And you're like, since when are you taking Adderall and margaritas?
Yeah, you
and
know
like,
that's a bad thing.
I'm like, yeah, no, Mom, I'm fine with everything else that happened. Thank you. Thank you for caring.
Yeah, I do care.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Graham kept us up on the whole weekend. So the night before she goes to the Thunder basketball game here and has a little too much to drink, and Graham's like, oh, yeah, I just got to.
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then the next night, after she said, I'm never drinking again, then I hear about this, and I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I had a really fun 2 days.
Yeah.
This is what, so I explained, like, I never have, like, a glass of wine at night. Like, I'm just not, like, I don't drink at home type thing.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just has never been my thing. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'll just have a glass of wine with dinner. No. But when I am so excited to live in New York. I have friends.
Oh, you're not going to blame it on New York.
No. I'm just saying I'm blaming it on my level of excitement.
Okay.
And so when I go out, I like to really go out, or I'm at home like watching a movie, doing yoga, meditating level of. It's one extreme or the other.
That's scary.
Well, it doesn't need to be like, it doesn't need to be balls to the walls
No,
level.
okay.
But I like to like go out and have fun, or I'm like, oh, I'll just stay in.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so thank you.
But I don't get the Adderall thing still. Not gonna get that at all, ever.
It was because it was that day you and I made those 12 TikTok videos. And
they, you know what? The whole time you had a hangover, I was so mad. It was like my last day here and you have a hangover. I was like, oh, those turned out good. I even got a DM from someone that said, tell us the truth. Is Alex hungover? I'm like, yeah, everyone can tell.
I know. Sorry for partying.
Yeah. You're
Mom,
welcome.
Thank you. So you're going to be, not to completely segue away from Adderall and margaritas, but Mom, you're going to be in New York for 2 months. What
Yes.
are some of your goals while you're here? Give us one.
Well, one, I'm going to keep in my fitness routine and my eating routine so I don't feel like crap when I'm here.
Atta girl.
And then I want to go take you to the Statue of Liberty.
Please do.
If we can go through that whole tour that they do where the people originally came over and all that kind of stuff. Because I did that when I was young and I thought it was awesome.
That's cool.
It really left an impression on me. And then I want to go hit some of the other museums that I haven't seen and see what some of the shows are or whatever. Also go to some Broadway shows, which we have one ticket with you. I can't remember what it is. Oh, it's the Sarah Jessica Parker one that's coming out with her husband, Matthew Broderick. And then I want to do a photography class. And I know there's about 8 million other things I want to go do.
That's a great start.
Yeah. Are you going to go do all those things with me?
I am.
Oh, and we still have to go find the needlepoint store for you to needlepoint.
That's what I can't wait for.
I know.
I'm just like, how fast can we go to the needlepoint store?
No, but you have to.
Riveting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll help you relax when you have a hangover.
Yes, thank you for that. I appreciate that. It's making me sound like I'm so wild, and I'm just not.
No.
But actually, I do love to be social, so.
You are a social bird.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay, Mom, we posted a photo of you on the Cuz I Said So Instagram account where you look hot.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yes. So your niece, my
Yes.
cousin, sent it to me and was like, whoa. And I'm like, is that my mom? She's like, sure is. And then you were like, wait, you got to ask my permission to post that.
Yeah, that was mean. Like, I'm going to go start finding pictures of you and just start posting them.
If I look that hot, please post them very quickly.
Okay.
What are
I
you so
am.
ashamed about?
Well, I don't know. That was like forever ago. And people were like, oh, I can't believe you used to look like that. I'm like, yeah, remind me of how shitty I look right now.
No, that is the level of hot I thought you were back in the day.
Okay.
Absolutely. So you said today I'd give my right arm to not have to eat healthy.
Yeah, I did.
Why'd you say that?
Because I have to eat healthy so my body doesn't ache and I feel good, where some people can just eat anything they want and they feel good.
What was your diet like in that photo?
I could probably eat anything I wanted back then.
So did you just have a fast metabolism back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But I've always eaten pretty healthy. I always read every article and did all that. Back then we didn't have the internet, so it'd be like, oh, I can't wait for Self to come out.
Self magazine?
Yeah.
Wow. And then you would read that, and that would give you all your info?
Yeah, our books. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of refreshing because this day there's 70,000 diets.
And you don't even know what's what.
Yeah, you can't even tell.
Yeah.
Like some people are like, do the keto diet. It's like, maybe keto's not good for your body. Like I did vegan and I like passed out.
No, I do think it depends on who you are.
It depends on your body.
Yeah, it's like I take my 84-year-old mom to the doctor and he's like, with all her hearts up, you've got to eat red meat. And
Crazy.
then there's other people like, I can't eat red meat because it makes me feel terrible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I know that you have some lists in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So Kim, we're going to turn it on over to you.
Okay, well, first of all, the Olympics is coming up. And at first I was like, I don't like to watch the Winter Olympics. And then I Googled what all of the sports were, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love the Winter Olympics.
Well, what a turnaround.
Yeah, so my favorite things are the speed skating, the ski jumping, the freestyle. Like
Freestyle what?
Skiing.
Oh.
Yeah. And the figure skating. Did I already say that?
I don't even know what you've said. I'm so enthralled.
No, it's good. The ones I don't know about, I do not know what the skeleton is. And do you know?
Yeah, that's the one where they're in the luge looking thing and they slide down the
Okay, well then this
I
is.
thought that was bobsledding.
It's
Well,
different.
there's 3 things then. So there's
Yeah.
bobsledding,
luge,
luge,
and skeleton.
Okay, so skeleton's
job,
one of
Mad
those.
Dog.
Very
Okay.
good. Okay.
Big Winter Olympics.
They all look
fan.
the same.
Yeah, but it's like the vessel in which you're in and the way you're turning and stuff.
Okay.
It's like
I
variations.
Okay.
That. Okay.
And I don't care for ice hockey, but one of the guys said that NHL is not going to be in it this year. So
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
No active players in the NHL are allowed to go to the Olympics.
Because of?
COVID.
Maybe.
Or is it just
Or it's like in their season and it's like we're gonna have like
Oh.
everyone dip for the next month
Okay.
We're not going to be
And
that
go
good
to-
at hockey.
and like go to China and like there's not gonna be able to play games.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So
then-
were you just reporting that?
I was just reporting that.
just-
Well, do you watch any of them ever?
Oh, I don't even know.
Does Graham, will he watch some of this?
I think so. I'll definitely watch it
It's-
if it's on.
No, it's so good to watch.
Kim, I'll watch the Olympics with you. I love the
Okay.
Olympics.
There we
Yeah.
go.
You could we can actually watch the Olympics and drink Mamitas.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
a Mamitas.
Yeah.
A Mamitas.
a lot
watch
of people
party.
are having those watch parties. I even noticed on my YouTube TV it says, "Do you want to record these Olympic things?" So
Sure do.
I don't know what the time change is, but I'm sure it's good. Okay. Also, I was reading a book and it's all on words that work that you told me about. And this is AFI's, American Film Institute's 100 Years of 100 Movie Quotes. And I was like, I bet you these girls don't know any of these. But I only highlighted a few of them, and I have to ask you
Okay, ask me.
if you know. Okay. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I don't know, but I love that quote. It sounds like I've been dabbling in some old movies. Let me just go ahead and say Holly Golightly from Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Gone with the Wind in 1939.
I haven't seen that, but
Yeah.
that sounds lovely.
And
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Mhm.
Okay.
Frankly, and it was a big controversial thing to say then because you really didn't talk to women that way. Go ahead, make my day. Go ahead, make my day.
Ricardo, one of the Ricardos.
Sudden Impact in 1983. Clint
83.
Eastwood. Clint Eastwood.
Clint, do you think Clint Eastwood's
Go
cute?
ahead, make my day. Yeah,
You think Clint Eastwood's cute?
he's handsome.
Okay.
And he's still alive, and his brain is still very, 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 very good.
I think she kept saying very because she didn't know what word to use.
I was really thinking about it, and I was trying to go with
Sharp.
about 100. It's very sharp, but there's a lot of other things I can say about it. And his motto is, don't let the old man in.
Love that.
And who sings that song?
Don't let the old man in.
Who sings
I
that?
have no idea.
Toby Keith.
Oh, I just guessed a tune.
He said Toby Keith from Oklahoma wrote that song for
Oklahoma's
his movie,
46 state.
Clint Eastwood's last movie.
Proceed.
Okay, the stuff that dreams are made of.
What a line.
I know. 1941, The Maltese Falcon. Okay, you can't handle the truth.
I think have I seen this movie?
You probably may have.
Give me a hint.
Tom Cruise.
Top Gun.
Well, no, might not be Tom Cruise. It is
You got this.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah, A Few Good Men. 1992.
I'd like to see that.
Okay, you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh, I don't know, but Graham loves that quote.
Jaws, 1975.
Haven't seen Jaws, but that's good. You're going to need
You've
a
got
bigger
to see
boat.
Jaws. Yeah,
I haven't seen a movie on here yet.
I'll be back.
I don't know.
Are you kidding?
What, Alex?
Oh my God, The Terminator, 1984.
Another one I haven't seen.
Okay. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
That's a big one. Don't know who said that.
The Godfather 2, 1974.
Haven't seen that.
Oh, you got to see the Godfather
Gotta
movies.
see that one. That's a big one.
This is number 65. Elementary, my dear Watson.
No idea.
Big hint there.
Watson.
hmm
Watson and Holmes.
Yeah, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, 1939.
Oh, I just
39.
Here's another one. Hasta la vista, baby.
come on.
Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, that's in Terminator 2.
Yeah. I
That
can
was
see.
after I'll Be Back with
Hasta
Terminator
la
1.
vista, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.
Okay, give me a hint. Let me
Have you
try
ever heard that, you guys?
Let me try and get this one.
My mother thanks you, my father thanks you,
It's
my sister thanks you, and I thank you. You'll never get it.
give me a hint. Give me a hint.
1942.
That's not a hint. Give me another hint.
It's a Wonderful Life. That's my guess.
It's a song. I'm a
Singing in the Rain.
I'm a I can't even do it. I'm a I can't hum it because I can only sing it.
You can do it.
Okay. No, I can't.
Yeah, try one more time.
I'm a
One more.
No.
I'm a what? One more time.
No, sure.
Yeah,
we
just
know
the
it.
last time.
No.
I'll get it on this
Oh,
one.
you think?
Yes.
Okay.
If you do this one.
I'm a
That actually feel like I forget. I'm a something.
I'm a something doodle dandy.
Dandy. I'm a cotton doodle dandy.
I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy. Yankee Doodle dandy. Wait, Yankee Doodle do or die.
Do or die.
Yeah.
Is that what's the movie?
That's the name of it.
Yankee Doodle.
Yankee Doodle dandy.
Yankee Doodle dandy.
Yankee Doodle dandy.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yankee Doodle dandy. Yankee Doodle dandy. Yankee Doodle dandy.
That
Now
was-
I want you to say Russell Westbrook 3 times.
Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook.
It's so hard.
It is so hard. Mom, what a lovely game. Good job.
There's a whole bunch of them. It's so fun.
I bet.
Oh, 100. There's 100 actually on 100 movie quotes.
There's dozens.
Yeah, there's
dozens of
dozens
them.
of 'em.
Mother, I'm so very happy that you're back in New York. I think it's going to be a very fun 2 months. We've got a lot of good goals, and that's about it. We're sponsored by Mamitas, so
Yes.
I'm very excited about that. We're going to have a Mamitas
If you haven't
party.
had them, go out and try them
Seriously, go out and try
because
them.
they're really good.
Don't you think we'd be in here lying to you? Because we're not.
That's right. You can see on our face if we lie.
Yeah, we don't lie.
We aren't very good liars.
No. So go get a Mamitas, try it, and you'll be like, wow, thank you.
Oh, maybe I'll do some acting classes and learn to lie.
There you go. No, don't do that. That will not benefit anybody. Everybody, this is 'Cause I Said So, episode 13, and we'll be back next week.
See you next week.
Love you guys.